Okay, friends and neighbors, this is an arena reverb unit that I had finished up building for a customer, and I figured I'd show you a little bit about it before we ship it. I know a bunch of people are probably angry that I didn't film the entire build process. It's been a few years since I've done one of these, so I was a little rusty, admittedly. But if we look at the top here, we have our controls, we have our power switch, we have our fuse, big deal, power light, speed and intensity, and then we have dwell, input, and tone. Dwell, input, and tone are for the reverb, and intensity and speed are for the harmonic vibrato circuit. And this also has a foot switch to turn those features off individually. Still open because these are just house shop test tubes. These two tubes are responsible for the harmonic vibrato, and they're 12AX7s, and you want to make sure you have strong tubes in here. If these 12AX7s are not strong, the effect will not be strong. 6V6, 12AT7, and 12AX7 to round it out, and they all are labeled with both their domestic and Euro names for all the tubes. And actually on the 6V6 you can also use a 6K6, that works too, and depending on the style of reverb that you want. Our circuit from here over to about here is our reverb, and from here over is our vibrato circuit. Lots of parts in this vibrato circuit, and it's probably why it was only used for a brief time by Fender. It took more tubes. It takes two full 12AX7s, so 4 triodes. But very cool. The difference between it and an ordinary tremolo is a tremolo will turn the entire volume of your guitar up and down rhythmically, where this will separate the highs and the lows and then flip-flop their volume at 180 degrees out of phase. So you never actually hit a 0 point on volume. It just shifts from like a bright sound to a dark sound rapidly, and it kind of makes a wow 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 noise. It's really cool. Filter caps back there hiding are the power resistors. This does not have a center tap on the power section of the transformer, so we have a full bridge rectifier and a thermistor there for inrush current. So a very well thought out circuit, a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff going on behind this board, and this board actually goes from one end to the other end of the chassis, and there's only a little bit of playroom underneath there and a little bit of playroom at the top. So if you have to snake any wires on there after the fact, well, let's just put it this way: planning ahead is important when building one of these things. Okay, so we're plugged into our Beefmaster amplifier, which was recently built on the channel. If you don't know anything about the Beefmaster, that's okay. It doesn't have reverb, it doesn't have tremolo, it just has loud. Okay, so I have the mix knob on our reverb unit turned down to nothing. And we'll bring it up to about, I don't know, 7 with the dwell at 4. If you want to get all drippy and surfy, you can just crank the dwell up and it will put you in outer space. And if you want to turn into, I don't know, a crazy surf garage band, turn dwell and mix both up to 10. And even bring that tone knob up even more for some more splashiness. Okay, so we're showing off how out of practice and rough my guitar skills are, but that's okay. The main reason people come to these units is because of that harmonic vibrato, which is of course very, very cool. 6G12 Fender Concert from the early 60s. We'll turn that on, we'll leave our reverb on, and we'll just give you that big E chord, and you can hear the harmonic tremolo, vibrato, whatever you want to call it, that is unlike any other tremolo circuit Fender made. It's not quite the slowest it can go. Let's take it up to the fastest speed. And back down to the slowest speed. So rather than just being an ordinary tremolo where the sound disappears, it shifts from the brighter to the darker, kind of giving that whoa, whoa, whoa kind of sound to it. So that is our arena verb unit. It's working well. It does have a back. I'll put the back on it and take a picture of it there so you can see it. But the tubes are going to be removed for shipping, and our new owner actually has a stash of tubes, so he'll be using his own tubes, which is why these are just sort of a mismatched pile of bench tubes, but it works good. So let's just go crazy. Let's go extra springy, extra reverby, high dwell, high intensity, high everything. I don't have the amp turned up really loud because I'm sure the camera can't handle it, but we've got the cavernous cave reverb sound going on. It's working real well. The project went fine. No real issues other than a little bit of dirt and grime in a few of the pots from sitting on the shelf for Lord knows how long waiting for me to buy them. Although they're technically new, they've been hanging on the shelf for a while. So thanks for watching and have a good day. Oh wait, let's look at the back. Just in case you needed to know, it does include a foot switch, which I've labeled as reverb and vibrato. Again, whether that's a tremolo or a vibrato will be up for debate, and it connects with a TRS to TRS, and it plugs in right there. So we can just plug it in there, and now we'll have some foot switch action to go with this. Yeah, there's your back view with it all closed up. You can see some tube shields there, cool looking, and the plug-in for the foot switch is right there, so it is accessible from the outside, although a little inconvenient. The plug is long enough, you just have to, you know, get your fingies in there to get underneath, but that's not too bad. And we got our control panel, and how it looks from this side, full of reflections, of course, because of chrome. There you go. So we got in, we got out, tone, mix, dwell, and then we have intensity and speed on our harmonic vibrato. Everybody knows you want that harmonic vibrato cranking, right? Get that cool wow wow sound for you. All right, groovy. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.